Hi, it's me again, and you know, in a new year, it's nice to make resolutions, and I like to do it every year. I always make a few New Year's resolutions, and I do try and stick with them, and I'm actually quite successful. Well, Robert Aitken here has got some resolutions that the BBC might like to try. Let's have a look at them together, shall we? 2021 was a disaster for the corporation. If it wants to restore its reputation, there are some obvious fires to extinguish, and fast. Nicely put, Robert Aitken. Nice, yeah. Nice title, that. Right, let's have a look at some of these then. So, my dear BBC, here are 6 modest suggestions. I hope you find them useful. Number 1, tell the truth. It was bad enough to learn the full, unexpurgated details of the deceitful lengths which Bashir went to get Diana into his confidence. We, the licence fee payers, do not expect BBC reporters to fake bank documents and prey on the neuroses of vulnerable people. See, this is why I don't read the posh newspapers. There's loads of long words in there. It's tough for someone from Essex like me to read, isn't it? But he makes a fair point. You know, tell the truth. Focus on telling the truth. People need to learn to trust the BBC again. Oh, and that's going to be a tough job, isn't it? And then you've got your documentary BBC that you're putting out soon about Jimmy Savile. Is that going to help us trust you? Because I would imagine you're going to try and cover up the worst of the stuff that you hid during that and the stuff you ignored and all the warning signs you ignored during that to try and make us trust you. We'll see, I guess, won't we? Number 2, give us all a laugh. BBC Comedy is in dire straits. The humour department now seem to spend most of their time plastering trigger warnings on classic comedies while ensuring that current output stays firmly in the wokey corral. As a consequence, it has become stale and predictable. I noticed that, you know, over Christmas I was at a family's home and we wanted to watch some classic comedy and I forgot to take some DVDs or some downloads with me. And, you know, they had access to streaming service, they have a TV licence, they had BBC iPlayer. So I chucked that on and there was warnings. There is warnings in front of classic comedies, even ones as recent as Royal Family. There were warnings saying may contain outdated themes or opinions or something, it said. Blimey, what a world we live in, eh? And I can't see the BBC taking the risks bringing any comedy back. I just can't see it. No channel is really taking any big risks with comedy anymore, are they? I mean, I like stand-up comedy. I'm quite a big fan of stand-up comedy, and Netflix do a lot of specials. And they're all watered down now. It's nothing like they used to be. Nothing like they used to be at all, are they? Number 3, trim the fat. Nothing gets the juices of the BBC's enemy flowing more quickly than tales of its lavish salaries. I think he might be talking about me there. There are now scores of people in the corporation's employ who earn multiples of what the Prime Minister is paid. Well, if he was doing a better job, no politics on this channel. We don't do politics. Not all of them are even stars. Some are humble drones in the many-tiered splendour of the BBC managerial beehive. Riding the gravy train to retirement. Yeah, I know. Gary Lineker to pull down over $1 million for fronting a few sports highlight shows is an affront. Well, I'm glad you're on the same team as us. And yeah, they need to trim the fat. As I've said a couple of times on here, there was a story late last year about BBC News getting rid of 475 staff, full-time staff from BBC News. So how many are left? And if you can just get rid of them, what the hell were they doing in the first place? It's crazy. Staffing costs is out of control at the BBC. Same as office costs as well. Out of control. Out of control. They're spending so much money on that when they need to be pumping money into programming. I mean, you turn Netflix on over Christmas and there was tons of new stuff. Netflix own made stuff. Not just stuff they bought in. Tons of that as well. But Netflix's own made stuff. And they don't muck about. I mean, you might not like some of it and some of it might not be to your taste. But you've got to accept that they do a good job, you know, and they make, you know, stuff that looks quality, has an air of quality about it, because they know it's going to be there forever for people to watch because they're a streaming service. BBC just aren't putting any money into programming. Over Christmas, what? A third of the stuff on BBC One was repeats. 2/3 of the stuff on BBC Two. No, 3/4 of the stuff, sorry, on BBC Two was repeats. Cut the fat, trim the fat, however he put it, and put the money into programming. Right, so number 4, allow genuine debate. It's good for us, you know. The Overton window theory describes how society is controlled by ensuring that debate is kept within rigidly prescribed boundaries. Within this heavily supervised space, we're party to a... Is that a word? Simulacrum? Simulacrum? I'm going to Google it because I have got no idea. An image or representation of someone or something. Why can't you just say that then? Anyway, right. But if it's a sham, unfavoured viewpoints are simply not given any airtime. Yeah, they got criticised a lot for that in 21, didn't they? BBC over their debates and being very biased and things like that. And they're going to have to address it. They're going to have to address it. But a lot of the shows on BBC where you can have a debate are bloomin' terrible anyway. So scrap them and then you get rid of the debate issue anyway, don't you? Number 5, admit that impartiality isn't working. The entire justification for the BBC rests on the assumption that it is, unlike all its competitors, a news obligation free of bias. This is, let's put it politely, balderdash. Yeah, that was put very politely indeed, because they're not impartial at all. They're not impartial at all. How many stories have you seen recently in the last year about the BBC being completely partisan on a subject and backing it? Brexit, anyone? Number 6, get rid of groupthink. Not all appointments have to be card-carrying progressives. I have argued consistently for the BBC's definition of diversity to embrace diversity of political opinion. The corporation's bias problem stems from groupthink, which is unavoidable when an organisation is a political monoculture. Not just people with diverse political opinions, but how about people with no political opinions? How about people who don't support a political party? How about people who have no interest in politics whatsoever? Let's get a few more of them into the BBC, because they're the people who are truly diverse of political opinion, because they don't give a toss about politics or what one political party is saying against another political party. They don't care. Like myself, I could not care less. I have no political opinion whatsoever about whoever's in charge. Doesn't matter what party's in charge, nothing's going to change. It's the same shit, different day, isn't it? Who was it that said that famous saying, wasn't it? One that I like. I can't think who it was. I know the saying though. It's, if voting made any difference, they wouldn't let you do it. That's how I feel about politics. So there you have it, my 6 easy steps for the BBC to start restoring its reputation. Happy New Year. Well, I'd like to add another one in there, is show adverts and then give everybody 159 quid pay rise this year. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Hey, show some blooming adverts and scrap this TV licence. You're not adverse to showing adverts. You show adverts on many of your other channels, including UK TV, which you own, Dave Gold and all that, showing the shows that people paid for with their TV licences. You show ads on that and you're profitable. So number 7, show some blimmin' ads. Happy New Year, BBC. So do you have any more resolutions you think the BBC might like to listen to? Do let me know in the comments below. Maybe someone from the BBC will read them. I doubt it though. While you're down there, hit the like button, subscribe button, all buttons and YouTube stuff. And I'll see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching.